Hey everyone, this is Chef. Welcome back to Uma. You may notice that our TP is currently above 100, and that's because I gave up on a run earlier today. This is our second shot at recording today's video. The first one was a Late Satono Diamond for CM. We lost the Triple Crown on the Kikuka show, despite the fact that I saved all of my clocks for G1s only. And instead of finishing the run, I went downstairs to have dinner and just decided I would re-record it when I came back up. So, plan for today is to build off of the previous gold chip that we put together for our CM, I guess it's 15 at this point, Cancer CM. So this is what we made last time. We put together a gold chip that I think is pretty good. It's not perfect. There are definitely some things that I would like to improve. I would like to have Moving Past and Beyond. I would like to have Medium S. I would like to have had Summer Runner, although I think that's going to be a pretty difficult one to get our hands on. But we do have Hesitant Pace Chasers, which is biggest priority for us. We want to make sure we're getting rid of Christmas Ogres. We have Intense Gaze, which is just a good debuff. And then we have decent mid-race velocity. We have Umamusume, Daring Strike, Eager, Tail Held High, double end corners, double end straights. There's enough to like here that I think I'm content calling this our first ace. So, as far as what we're working on today, I think the plan that I've landed on for our CM prep is to have a Satono Diamond as our late Surger ace. I think Right-Handed Demon is very strong on right-handed tracks. I like the fact that there's a built-in gold recovery. I think Eternal Encompassing Shrine is going to be a very good unique. It's going to give us velocity on the final straight, and the final straight is very deep into late race. So Satono Diamond looks like she's going to be set up very well for what we want to be doing in this CM. And then I also want access to one Dominator. I don't think I'm going to go double Dominator. But in general, I don't really like the idea of running debuff builds that much. So as far as which one we're going to pick, I think I'm going to go with Grass Wonder. I like the idea of On Your Left as a Gambly acceleration skill. I believe her unique is also Final Straight, although granted it's towards the back, which may not necessarily be that likely. Again, this is a case where the Final Straight being so deep into late race kind of hurts us, because if we want our ace to have any chance of winning, we would like them to be towards the front by the time they get to the Final Straight, but it might allow us to catch up and recover something that would otherwise be a loss. And I think in general, she's just going to be a better choice than Tachyon, because this is a medium that is on the shorter end. And so we can prioritize speed and power. We don't necessarily need as many recoveries. So as far as what we're going to work on today, we're going to try and put together the Satono Diamond. Again, because we already took a stab at it first. One of the things that I did get out of the run, though, and I'm not sure if this is just because we got lucky or unlucky depending on your perspective, but we had an absolute ton of stamina. So I think that for this particular Satono Diamond, we might actually change up what Maruzinski parent we're using, and I actually don't know if I have a second Maruzinski borrow, so we might need to pop over to Uma.moe here. I do have another one. What are you? You're 7-star front? Okay, we won't be using that. Summer Maruzinski's not going to cut it. This is the worst affinity of anything we have, and it's front medium sprint. I don't see any world where I borrow that. You do have a fully uncapped Rico, but we can get one back if we need one. So I'm going to go and find a Maruzinski on Uma.moe that has either Wit Sparks or Power Sparks, and I think that is going to be our better option for Satono Diamond, who already has growth rates and stamina and is not going to need that much help relative to Gold Chip. And so if we plug that into Uma.moe, we get something like this. We're looking for a Satono Diamond parent. We're looking for a parent for Satono Diamond, and we want the parent to be Maruzinski. I don't really care what the blue sparks are. I can't search power and wit at the same time, although I do wish that's a filter that Uma.moe could add. And we also need 4 mile stars, because we need to bring this Satono Diamond from mile C up to mile A for better consistency during the run. As far as what that leaves us, there's a lot of Maruzinskis here that are fairly familiar, but all of them have stamina, so we looked at these for Gold Chip. This one was very front-runner oriented. This one was very front-runner oriented. This is the one we ended up using, the Umastan up-tempo pumped right-handed version, but we don't need the stamina sparks. If we scroll down a little further, though, This one has stamina mile medium, which is nice, but I don't necessarily need the stamina. This one is power mile medium, and we get our hands on up-tempo, tail held high, playtime's over, and that's it. Left-handed firm condition spring runner doesn't matter. So this is probably a Marazinski that got built for the previous CM, but there are still some skills to like here that I think we're going to try and get our hands on. We also have ramp up deeper in the inheritance chain. We have nimble nav deeper in the inheritance chain. So there's other stuff that we could get lucky on too here. We're going to go ahead and copy that, and we're going to paste it into game. And that is going to be the Marazinski that we use. So ID search, go ahead and search here. This is a gold Marazinski with power mile sparks. This is how we're going to be able to filter down onto this. Change you, show me power, show me mile. And it must be you. So this is full power inheritance. We're going to be aiming for around 1200 or so. This is the deck that I put together beforehand. The double power, I think, is probably going to be overkill if we're going to be inheriting power, though. And also, I think this was just contributing to more stamina growth than we necessarily needed. So the first thing we're going to do is switch this wit card out, and I think Tachyon makes a lot of sense here. When we built Satono Diamond for the previous CM that you won, which I think was CM12, we used Dober as a borrow. And primarily, I think we were looking to get access to Uptempo and Late Surger Savvy off of that just to make them cheaper. But I think at this point, I would rather be running 10 race bonus instead of 5. And also, Tachyon has relevant medium hints. Tether's good, medium straights, medium corners is good, Uptempo is good. I wouldn't mind having all 4 of those. So we'll count on Marvelous Sunday being our solo, quote-unquote, power card. And we're just going to build our power through speed training and through inheritances. And then as far as our guest borrow goes, when we put that Team Trials King Halo together, I was really impressed by Seeking the Pearl. So the skills aren't necessarily stuff that we need. Slick Surge is kind of gambly. Late Surger Savvy would be fine. The rest of this we're not really going to use. But the biggest thing we're looking to get out of Seeking the Pearl is Dauntless. Dauntless is going to be a good mid-race velocity skill for us. The position trigger is 4th through 6th, so we're unlikely to get it by ourselves. We would have to punch up into mid-race just to get access to it in the first place. But it's the kind of skill that lets us double down on good mid-race velocity already and push Satono Diamond into a really high position in the late race so that she can get the full trigger condition of her unique. This is also why I think using Redshift for Satono Diamond specifically is going to be valuable as our fallback acceleration condition, because if she pushes up too far, she will still have access to at least one acceleration skill to use, in addition to hopefully Nimble Nav we would like to get our hands on as well. That's on top of the fact that training effectiveness based on max energy is just a really nice perk to have in Trackblazer, where you can buy max energy items. So I think this is going to work out fine for us. And much like Gold Chip, if we really wanted to, we could sit around and try to high roll a run off of 2 speed cards, and we might wind up doing that on stream on Sunday. After we've built all of these initial aces, I think it would be interesting to try and high roll some of them to do even better. But for now, access to 3 speed cards is going to allow us to cap speed on most runs, so that we aren't necessarily throwing any of our runs away because we failed to hit speed cap and other basic stat benchmarks. It allows us to maximize our odds of getting a usable ace out of every single run, since we're only doing 1 run per day. So we'll go ahead and start career on this. We will event boost. And we'll see if this doesn't go a little bit better than the run that you didn't see. I really don't like to door runs, but I think in that case, if you're going to drop the triple crown, it's okay for like a Team Trials runner because you can still assemble score, but I think it's going to be pretty hard to build like a CM competitive runner if you haven't managed to win the triple crown. We'll go ahead and spend some of our initial energy here so that when we do take wit trainings later, we can recover a bit of energy off of it. No friends, 3 friends, 1 friend. 3 friends on stamina is probably good enough that I would click it, especially because fine motion's there. The earlier I can get fine motion online, the more energy I can recover off of wit trainings. That's also a really good stamina training. I don't need the stamina, but the friendship growth is wild. So we'll still take that. Sunday event number 1. Good wit training, including potential nimble nav off of fine motion. Also, potential right-handed hint off of fine motion. We have it unlocked already, but making it cheaper is always nice. We'll get neither, but we'll get a little bit of extra wit in the process. Speed 10 versus power 10. I don't think our power is going to need any help. Just give me the speed to make sure we get that to 1200. No friend, no friend. 3 friend power, 3 friend speed. I'd much rather level my speed facility if you're going to give me the choice. Do not want to lose energy right now. We're in range of being able to take a wit training this turn, otherwise we might seriously want to think about resting. It's 1 friend on wit, 2 friends everywhere else. I'd be okay rolling wit here. It's not going to let us train next turn, but we might draw into an energy recovery event, which would let us do that. We haven't, but that's fine. We could also just take wit again. We're also in, like, recreation territory still, because we're still at normal. It's 2 friends on guts, 3 friends on speed. I'd like to take that speed training, especially because it's all of my speed cards there, but I think I'd rather just take a recreation and gamble on getting a little energy recovery. If this is karaoke, it's bad, but if it's anything else, it means we can train next turn. Like, that's totally fine. So we can take a training this turn, and then if it is a big training, like a non-wit training, we can then take a full rest after that. Speed 10 versus Guts 10, we'll be taking speed. This is extra energy back from fine motion, which is nice. 2 friends on speed, 1 friend on guts, 2 friends on stamina. Let's just level that speed facility some more. Don't think that's energy. But that is a good enough wit training to take. That's a nice guts training too, but I think 2 plus a hint on wit is probably good enough for me to click wit over guts, even if we did have the energy to take that. We'll just keep maintaining our energy. I'm probably not going to buy Sharp Gaze. I don't think stamina debuffs are going to be all that great when our single biggest threat in the CM is Christmas Ogre, and she's going to be stacked with recoveries. I would love to get extra energy back here as well. We're going to have a little bit of a weird training post-debut here, because our energy is the borderline between it not really being worth it to rest, but also not high enough to support losing a gamble. But we can deal with that problem when we arrive at it. This is also fine to take as a wit training. We're losing 1 friendship relative to power, but we're saving energy, and I like that. And I guess if we win the gamble on the debut, we could still train. Well, no, we could still train if we win the gamble. We also don't care about Speedstar at all, so it does not matter that we didn't get the good ending to that chain. Stamina 150 is maybe a little low right now, but if we're going to be packing a gold recovery, I think I only need to get to like 700 by the end of the run, so that should still be pretty doable. Don't look at the shop yet. Schedule your race first. Trackblazer medium. 1 friend on wit, 3 friends on speed. I would really like to drink a Vita 20 into that speed training if I could, and we have one. And we have a motivating megaphone. Okay. So I think that's a fairly obvious play this turn. We go here and here. This is going to let us train once, but after this we're going to need to hit wit, no matter what it is. Shinko Windy Hint would be really good. Yes. Okay, so that's going to build her friendship up a little bit. That's speed to 2, which is also good. This is Umastan, which we can get off of Seeking the Pearl, but making Umastan cheaper is never a bad thing. I think we also have it in our inheritance tree, so there's a ton of ways that we can get it right now. And then this is our wit training, because we don't have energy for anything else. And then early August is just going to be whatever training we can find. Especially with +5 energy off of that. Well, okay, maybe not +5 energy. Oh, it's so gambly, but it's so good. Yeah, you don't really have any other options. I would gamble on a 20% to fail speed training that's a rainbow. That's huge. That's so good. I would also love 5 energy right now because I think I might be just a hair. Oh my god. We need cupcakes, man. It's basically the same training, but I don't have the energy to take it right now. We're just going to go ahead and race. I don't think I can afford to gamble after this race because I'm not sure if I have less than 25 energy. So we're going to go ahead and take top option just to play it safe. And I think if we had lost that gamble, we absolutely would be at 0 energy. So we power manual, stam scroll, speed manual. I am going to come back to that stamina ankle weight just so I have one on me. In the event that we see one good stam training in summer break, I wouldn't mind taking it. But it's obviously the lowest priority thing in that shop right now. Good. I would love to leave junior year with all of my alarm clocks intact. That's also a great shop reset. Hour 10 versus stam 10. I'm a little worried about my stamina, so let's take stam quick. I am going to have to skip that. Well, you don't have to, but I think these are all more important items, and you're likely to see a stamina ankle weight later. So let's go like this. This has to be a rest, by definition. There's not really anything else we can do this turn. Plus 30 is not great, but it's probably enough to work with. I think if we see like one energy recovery event, we're probably fine. So let's go ahead and take a versus race. We can't train this turn, so there's no real point looking at what the training is. Good. Yeah, then we definitely can't train next turn, unless we see a Vita 20 in the shop reset, I guess. Holy crap. Okay. So we could train, because there's a fail tag in there. I don't feel like I need straightaway adept. I think I just take power guts. Well, no. Unlock straightaway adept so you have access to it. You're not going to miss 10 power and 5 guts at the end of this run. And then what was in your shop reset? 2 motivating megaphones, guts, ankle weight, 2 grilled carrot. You're going to skip the power ankle weight. And you're going to come back for both of those grilled carrots. Those are quite good. Technically, you maybe could have gotten like good luck charm and 1 grilled carrot set to unlock a rainbow training this turn, so hopefully you're not punished for it. Yes, in fact, you could have. So if we had gone fail tag grilled carrot, we could have made this into a rainbow training off of fine motion. That actually matters a bit. I really need to make sure I'm checking trainings before I buy stuff from the shop. Ah, never mind. We would have failed it anyway. It doesn't matter. Thank God. Couldn't have lived with myself otherwise. And then I think we probably need to just go ahead and race these last 4. It's not a versus race, but what can you do? We only need the coins. Wouldn't mind seeing like an Etsuko or 2 here. Should have thought about energy there as well. That could have been top option. This is a very sloppy junior year. And it's my fault. It's not her fault. It's my fault. At present, I am not locked in, and it shows. So let's go gut scroll before it leaves. Both grilled carrots. Just grab them so you don't have to worry about them later. And then power scroll artisan cleat hammer after the Tokyo Sports Sign. It's okay. It's also okay. It's also okay. None of these are better than a versus race, though. It's too bad it's not the medium. If we get race fatigue from this race, then we have cost ourselves 1 mood for no reason. If we skip race fatigue, then we're fine. Hello, Etsuko. Good shop reset. Decent skill. We've cost ourselves 1 mood for no reason. So that's annoying. But it's on me. Still want that speed ankle weight and good luck charm. So I think we buy like this. And then this, there would have been no preventing a mood down here anyway. But if we don't get race fatigue after this, then at least we can say that like they would have balanced each other out. That's going to be 1 clock. This isn't an epithet G1 for us, because we're going to be running the crown currently. I guess it depends on where our stam lines up. But we should be able to run... Oh, no. Alright, we're not going to clock that anymore. I need to save them for more important G1s. Third in the JF is pretty bad. That is going to cut deeply into our race coin supply, and also we should be in normal mood right now. Might as well. Okay. We're probably going to lose 25 of that, but better than nothing. And then we'll cleat hammer this as well. Third in the JF is not a run killer. It's unfortunate, but it's not a run killer. There we go. Okay. So a very sloppy junior year, but it's kind of our fault. Let's make sure that we are playing better into Classic Year. What do I want to see out of the shop? I would love to see a Vita 20 and a motivating megaphone, so that we can get some productive training done in Classic. I'd also like to take a good wit training. Show me fine motion on wit with a Vita 20 and a motivating megaphone in the shop reset. I can't afford to lose energy right now. We'll just take speed. Shop reset says Vita 65 motivating megaphone, but I can't afford that. That's too expensive. In fact, there's a lot in this shop that I want to buy. There's no way we can afford Pretty Mirror. That's going to be way too far out of reach. Look at your trainings. Fine motion on guts. This might be a rest, honestly. So if it's going to be a rest, grab a grilled carrot. You don't need the Vita 65 immediately because you're going to be resting to get energy back to take a training. And then you can take Stamina Manual because you're not going to need hand cream for the next few races. It's possible that we race late January because there's a lot of stuff in the shop I want to buy. But let's let our late January training tell us what the correct choice is. Your late January trainings are telling you that you're probably supposed to race the Open to get another 100 race coins. Because none of those look good at all. So now maybe we are in pretty mirror territory. We have 3 grilled carrots on us, which tells me that charming should be a really like powerful condition to have. Single rainbow. Okay, they're all just okay. They're not great. I think we still race this turn. Not much else to buy, though. So you would go Vita 65, Rich Hand Cream, and then you want to spend 2... You can actually afford this if you don't get any shop resets after these 2 races. So you're going to be at 215 after early March. And you want to buy 250, so it would mean you give up on 1 set of speed ankle weights. I can live with giving up 1 set of speed ankle weights for the sake of charming. And then we'll buy the Vita 65 in case we want to train late February. We already looked at those, they're all bad. Just give me the versus race. Making right-handed cheaper would be nice. It's also cloudy, so we could pick up cloudy days off this. Okay. You can't buy the mirror, man. There's so much better stuff in the shop. You cannot buy the mirror. We'd be giving up a speed ankle weight, an empowering megaphone, and probably a bunch of other stuff for the sake of a pretty mirror, when we already have one of our support cards at gold. Fine motion doesn't need charming. Marvelous Sunday probably doesn't need charming. We're only getting charming for these 2. I don't think that's worth 150 coins. So, pick up one empowering megaphone. Done. You could take a training this turn if anything is good. You should jump on the speed training. Just take a Vita 65 into that. Well, would you rather use a Vita 65 here or a good luck charm? Because you're about to get energy back in early March. I think a Vita 65 is worth more than a good luck charm. So let's go ahead and good luck charm this training and then just get natural energy back after this turn. Probably also put Shinko Windy in range of getting to gold just off of the grilled carrots we have so far. That's a nice training. That's a nice training. But I need the shop coins. There's so much in the shop we still need to buy. We're actually going to lose both of those speed ankle weights. We're not going to be able to afford them. We have to race this turn, though. Otherwise, we lose everything. And I don't want to lose that entire shop right now. Hello, Etsuko. Repairing the damage that we did to our mood. That shop reset is fine, because I'll be able to afford it after the Satsuki shop. I'm not worried about that one at all. Wit 10 versus Mood 1 Stam 5. Give me the 10 Wit. Even though I wouldn't mind having the stamina, I think it's more important to just get, like, more numbers. We go Empowering Megaphone, Speed Ankle Weight, Guts Manual. And then we'll come back for Good Luck Charm, Guts Scroll. We are losing out on 2 speed ankle weights just by virtue of not having enough money. But I'm not sure where I could have fit more races into the schedule, except for that failed wit training on the Artemis Stakes Day. And even then, I think that gave us the energy to avoid more race fatigue later on in that year. So I think it's just a case of our shop resets being too good. Hello again, Etsuko. Holy cow. There's other runners that you could report on. It's not just us out here. I'd also love to see an energy drink in this shop. Give us a 5 energy bump to run the Satsuki show. I see up-tempo and ramp-up. I also see eager. Eager's not that bad. That's a good inheritance. No energy drink, though. So we go Good Luck Charm, Gut Scroll, Master Cleat Hammer. We would also like to get Speed Ankle 8, Artisan Cleat Hammer, Vita 20, Guts Manual, Power Manual, Miracle Cure. There's a lot we want to buy in here. We are definitely doing a 4 stretch of races leading up to summer break at this rate. And then we're just going to have to handle doing this one at 0. But we do have the hand cream to fix skin condition if we get it. We have a Vita 65 that we can drink late April. That we can use to take a training if we see one that's good. And we have 3 grilled carrot sets to promote somebody to gold. That's going to be a reroll. Promote somebody to gold if we have the opportunity to take a rainbow training off of it. Shinko Windy should be close enough. So if her and Pearl both go to speed, I think we're in really good shape. But we'll see what happens. It's also a good shop reset. It's fine, we can deal with that. Go like this. Probably good enough to make it to Rainbow, but I think I just need to take this power training for the sake of building friendships. Also, Marvelous Sunday hints have quite a bit of value for us. So we drink the Vita 65 so that we have energy to make it through the next 3 races without getting race fatigue. Take a power training. Work on your friendships a little bit. No skill hint is unfortunate out of that. We were hoping that would be our source of hesitant pace chasers or something like that. Take a little extra energy because I do want to get Fast and Furious on this run. That's a relevant gold skill for us. And then I'm terrified of the NHK Mile Cup, so give me some skill purchases. Adept is maxed. Ramp Up is good. Up-tempo's really cheap at this point. Eager's pretty cheap at this point. Glittering Star can technically get cheaper. Hey, this is a lot to spend without Fast Learner, but I want the insurance to actually win these races. I just want as many sources of mid-race velocity as I can find. And if it means that we can't get, like, double late surge or corners at the end of the run because we spent all of our skill points on 3 hint white skills, that's fine. I'm gonna try this one time, but if we do not win after one reroll, I need to save the rest for the crown. Okay. Don't really think winning or losing gambles matters much here. Especially if we're going to get 10 off of Tosin Jordan. Actually, this energy doesn't matter, because we're about to run 3 races in a row. No matter what else happens, our energy is going to go away. So we can actually just take speed stam out of this, because that plus 10 energy, we're still going to be at 0 energy when we go into summer break. It's not a meaningful amount of energy gain for us. So let's just skip it. And then we're still trying to buy Artisan Cleat Hammer Speed Ankle Weight. Pretty Mirror, I'm pretty sure, is going to be out of reach. Again. We go Derby, Cleat Hammer. We reroll that again. That was a stamina issue. Well, maybe not. Hey, she was pretty close. This concerns me for running Kikusho. We might need to buy Lion Weight way earlier than I wanted to. Maybe we should go back to using that Stamina Marazensky. We'll see what the final stat line looks like. And we'll let that guide our decision making. So you're to gold off of the carrots we have. You're probably to gold off the carrots we have. You're definitely to gold off the carrots we have. You're probably to gold. The only problem support right now is Tachyon. And it's okay if our wit cards aren't at gold before we go into summer break. That's fine. Let's scroll, speed scroll, Artisan Cleat Hammer, because we want to Cleat Hammer this race specifically. And then we'll come back in after the Yasudakinen to buy that other speed ankle weight. And then we'll just hope that we can line up some good trainings in summer. If we get skin condition from this, given that we're in a good mood, our first summer turn might wind up being a rest. We'll see how it plays out. Hello, Etsuko. Great time for you to show up. Good shop reset, too. We might not actually have any money going into summer break at this point, but the shops have been really good, so I'm not going to complain too much. Also, much like the previous event choice, 10 energy here doesn't matter, so just give me the mood and speed. Give me these 3. No, you need to get the speed ankle weight because it's about to leave. And then go like that. Come back for the power scroll after the Takarazuka Kinan. Very important to win this race, by the way. Not to put any pressure on you, but I need as many race coins as possible going into summer. Very nice. Okay. I do not like how many clocks we've spent on this run so far, but we're still alive. And that's got to count for something. Also good shop reset. Hopefully there's nothing good in the summer break shop, because I'm about to spend every single coin that we have. Also a great time to dodge both after repeated races and skin condition. So go... No, check your trainings first. That's a double rainbow speed training. Can you take it this turn? Yes, you have speed ankle weight, good luck charm, and powering megaphone. So it doesn't matter what you buy from the shop. Grab an energy drink max, because it actually might pump up, well, no, because the energy's just... it's probably not worth it. Power Scroll, Wit Manual, Artisan Cleat Hammer. What are you missing out on then? Master Cleat Hammer, a Guts Ankle Weight, which you could potentially use, another Pretty Mirror, and then just a bunch of stat items. Okay, that's fine. I don't think it's worth it to pop the energy drink here for the sake of seeking the pearls, training effectiveness higher because it's just going to vanish directly into our training because we don't have the Vita 65 anymore to actually get to like a normal energy threshold. This is just going to be a good luck charm training. But what we will do is just pop all of these. It is good enough to get Tosin Jordan to gold. So now this is a double rainbow speed with fine motion there. And then we go Empowering Megaphone, Speed Ankle Weight, Good Luck Charm. And we take this. Good. That's not great. None of these are that great. I think this might be our race opportunity, and we can also drink an energy drink max at this point. So that gives Seeking the Pearl more training effectiveness for later. This does waste a turn of our Empowering Megaphone, but it also means that we can just fail tag our last two trainings no matter what they are. And it also means we can buy out the rest of the stuff in our shop, and we can start to build a little bit more of a coin surplus, because we're on a shoestring budget on this run right now. Stam 12 is nice. We're just gonna have to buy both. Well, I guess you don't need the Empowering Megaphone. We could also wait on the Master Cleat Hammer, though. Yeah, we can just pick up the Empowering Megaphone now. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Not really anything. This is a race again. So we could technically get hit by skin condition here because we're going to be racing on 0, but if we do, we can just rest the last turn of summer break and it won't be that bad. None of those trainings are better than a versus race this turn, though. And I'm okay with our summer break being not good with respect to the amount of training that we've done because our shops have been really good and we're generating a ton of stats from those. I don't even have enough to buy the Empowering Megaphones. We'll just go like this and this. We're not going to need to buy another Empowering Megaphone for the rest of the run. No, 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 no. This is also really bad. And I don't want to run 3 in a row when it's not even a versus race. I don't have a whistle, do I? That must be such a good turn for a whistle. I mean, I don't want to spend a fail tag on any of these trainings. Would it be crazy to just race this turn anyway? You do have Hand Cream and Miracle Cure. So even if you do get hit with skin condition, you can fix it. The only snag with that is that you have medium versus races early September and late September that you want to try and prioritize. What an awkward turn. Like, if we rest, we put Mood to Great. We get 40 energy back, and then it immediately vanishes into races. I think the best thing that I can do this turn is honestly just a Vita 20 Wit. I think that's the right play, because this gives us, if we pass the training, 20 stats, which is better than a rest. It's the worse than a non-versus race, but I want to prioritize these medium versus races. And even if it fails, it means we have the energy to get through these races. I think that's a fine use of time this turn, even if we don't succeed at the training. But what a horrible training that is for late August. A whistle would have been phenomenal there. Speaking of phenomenal, this is not nearly as good as it looks. It's only a 33 stat training. A versus race is much better than that. The right-handed medium is not a versus race, so give me the left-handed medium. I'd rather get medium hints than mile hints. Well, I'd rather get medium hints than a very small chance to get right-handed, technically, is what the decision point is there. Especially because we start with right-handed unlocked, it would just be making it cheaper. You also, oh my god, you had to take top option on that race. Good lord, I am sorry, I did not show up today prepared to play Uma, apparently. This is just incredibly sloppy. I don't deserve this training. I'm bad, and I don't deserve this training, but I'll take it. I will take it. I actually think it's worth going Empowering Megaphone Speed Ankle Weight on this, because we might train next turn, too. Give me that. And then there's another rainbow this turn. The shop reset isn't that good. Nah, it's just a single rainbow. Shinko Windy. I actually kind of like the stamina training. Is there a stamina ankle weight in the shop? You couldn't afford it even if there was. They're 50. And you never bought the one that you saw in the previous shop. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and good luck charm the stamina training, and then we're probably going to run a bunch of races at the end of this career on 0 energy. Because I don't feel like drinking a Vita 20 into them, I guess, fundamentally. Like, we could, but the problem is that even if we take top option, we lose the 20 energy anyway, and if we take bottom option, we have to win the gamble, which I think is only like 1 in 4. So it just doesn't really accomplish anything for us to spend 35 coins to avoid race fatigue for 1 turn, when we can buy a rich hand cream and fix it in 15 race coins. Also, we're only at 320 stamina, we have to buy lion weight. There is no other way around it. We have to buy full price lion weight in order to survive the Kikuku show, which I don't like, and is a big point in favor of running that stamina Maruzenski rather than this power Maruzenski. I would rather try and farm hints for that skill. Okay, that's going to be a reroll. Lost by 2 next. This is also our last clock. Uh-oh. So this is what led me to give up on the last run. But I don't have enough time to record another video tonight. So we're just going to have to play the rest of this one out and see where the stat line winds up. It could still be good. You never know. It's a 42 stat point training. I don't think that's better than a G1. I think a G1 is worth more stats than that, even though it looks like a very visually impressive training. I definitely need to go back to that stamina Maruzenski. Well, we'll see where we wind up. This will be good for helping us sight the deck in, at least. Good shop reset. Race fatigue is fine. I think we're going to do the full 5. I'll not corner adept, just in case we want it. I think that has more value than 15 guts. So we can go like this. We'll go Mild Championship, giving up on another really good speed training, but 38 stats is not worth more than a G1. Even if this didn't have an epithet associated with it, it would not be worth more than that. Okay. Hello, Etsuko. Very useful of you to show up right now, because we're about to lose a bunch of mood. The better job you can do of keeping us at great, the better. And then we only need to dodge after repeated races 1 time in early December. Ramp up we have already, so we can just take stats. Stam 20 versus Trick Rear. I really don't feel like messing around with stamina debuff, so just give me the 20 stamina. And then we just need to avoid race fatigue 1 time here. Or after repeated races. We're going to get a mood down no matter what. But we would like to avoid it being after repeated races specifically. Just take the normal race fatigue penalty if we can. Okay. Hello, Etsuko. Great time for Etsuko to show up. And then, just race fatigue. Okay, huge. So we'll go ahead and fix Skin Outbreak immediately, because we can't get it after the Arima. We are passing up on a single rainbow speed training to run the Arima. That's not that bad. There's still nothing in the shop that we want. We'll Cleat Hammer this, obviously. This would be for Incredible if we had won the Triple Crown. but at this point it's for stats and affinity, I suppose. Another empowering megaphone. We are not going to need any of those for the rest of the run at this rate. Yeah, that's our 5th, right? It's our 5th and we used one. So this is going to be a rest turn. Shop reset says not a lot of interesting stuff. We'll pick up a power ankle weight on the off chance that Marvelous Sunday shows up at a power training, but I definitely don't need more than one of those. That is our 5th empowering megaphone. There is not really anything going on this turn, and given that our energy recovery is non-existent, I think this is probably just going to be an organic rest. 50's fine. That'll let us get through these next few events. Double rainbow speed for 41 stats. I don't... Well, the JCC isn't a versus. This is probably still worth about 40 stats. And given that our speed is already at 700, I don't think we need to aggressively train speed. So let's go ahead and take a race, see if we can get a shop reset out of this. So we're at 25 energy right now because we were at 0 and we got 50 back from resting. It's also only Pilfer, so this is definitely a dead run at this point, but we'll continue to sight in the deck to see where we're at. Right now, though, we're at 25 energy, which means we need to take top option after this race. Because we're going to run a 3rd race late February unless the training is amazing, and we want to minimize our chances of race fatigue. Okay. Never mind, that's a goal, do it for us. Good shop reset. We only need to buy those 2 stamina scrolls. We don't need anything else. Also, this is a CM at Hanshin, but I don't think I'm going to need the stamina. I would rather take the... Well, you don't need the energy here either, because you're going to race. So I guess you do take the Hanshin race course hint, because neither of these matter. If you have a good training this turn, you're going to Vita 20 and or fail take into it. And if you don't have a good training this turn, which, spoilers, you don't, you're going to race, so the energy didn't matter anyway. Do you want to have a single Guts ankle weight on you? I wouldn't mind it. Just on the off chance we see a good training for it. And then give me a race at Kokura, I suppose, because there are no mediums on this turn. So we can at least progress the Kokura epithet. We're going to have to take that. We have no clocks left. I also think that means we don't get a shop reset. I think you have to be 2nd or better to get a shop reset. I'm not positive. Single rainbow wit. So this is a nice opportunity for us to fight a 20 into a wit training, and that gives us enough energy to get through the next 2 turns. Even if we fail, that's fine. That just means we take top option. Well, now it doesn't matter, I guess. Energy 10, wit 10 versus power 20, skill points 10. I mean, I guess keep giving me the energy. At this point, just get it as high as you can. Not taking any of these trainings over the Osaka High. Although we have no cleat hammers, which is very unfortunate. Oh no. it's even worse than the previous run. Okay. This is not really going to give us an accurate picture of how good this deck and inheritance configuration is at this point. Nimble Nav again, tail held high again. God, the white sparks have been so good too. Even take the chances good. That's okay. It's not like a meta-defining skill, but I'd like to have it if I have the option to have it. Alright, so how do you want to recover from this then? That could be a rainbow, but you should probably just get Tachyon up to the rainbow at this point, and then you go 2 races, rest or train 2 races. There you go. So now you have both your wit cards online. Jordan's going to steal your energy, but you don't need Breath of Fresh Air, so it doesn't matter how that event turns out. Single rainbow versus single rainbow. Do you think you have any chance of winning the Spring Tenno on 418 and a gold recovery? I think I might. It's also not like there's a medium race that we can take this turn either, so we might as well try and win the G1. Tannhauser's stacked with recoveries, so I'm not optimistic, but you never know. Okay, sure. Can't win the Kikuku show, but we can win the Spring Tenno. Hello, Etsuko. Thank you for Slick Surge. Thank you for the shop reset. Thank you for Late Surge Savvy. This is going to be a good parent. We shouldn't be too down on ourselves. I think our power is going to be fine at this point. I'm just going to take Wit. I think our power hits 1,000, no problem. Give me that 1 stamina ankle weight just in case we see good stamina training here too. And then this is Victoria Mile. Might as well Cleat Hammer it. Good. More Late Savvy. 777s versus stats. I'll just take the stats if it's alright with you. And then this is a training turn. I guess our best option, because you don't have any fail tags and all you have for energy management is like a Vita 40 right now. Yeah, that's rough. I think we need to rest here so that we have some energy going into summer break. It's a little bit of a wasteful turn, but there's not really anything else we can do there. So we're going to spend 20 on a race. That double rainbow is not as good as a G1, especially because I desperately need shop resets at this point to get some energy management back into the shop. That's not gonna do it. There's nothing inherently wrong with this stat line or skills. We're just getting unlucky. It's also a pretty devastating time to lose an energy gamble. So we're going to get 20 back here, but then we're going to spend 20 on the Takarazuka Kinan. Guts Manual, Stam Manual. Wait, what position did we come in there? We came in 4th and we still got a shop reset. Okay, so I guess you can be pretty bad and still get a shop reset, which is nice to know. Okay. Hello, Etsuko. I don't need firm conditions, but thank you. Artisan Cleat Hammer is nice, at least. Energy? Vita 20. That counts. Vita 20, Cupcake, Guts Manual, Stam Manual. The cupcakes are mostly for, like, if we see a kale juice, we can take it, like, guilt-free. Also, all of these training options are kind of bums. Just give me a versus race. Give me a race at Fukushima. Yeah, it's 3 in a row, but we still have a Miracle Cure and we have 3 cupcakes. I can deal with the fallout. Hello, Etsuko. Don't need either of those, but thank you. Rainbow training? Still no. Do I have whistles? I have 1 whistle, okay. Arguably could have used that last. Nobody came to try. Well, It is 6 partners, I guess. Still no rainbow training. I'm gonna freak out. Take a Vita 20 into the wit. Also, you might as well megaphone this turn if you're going to train. I don't want to do 4 in a row. I'm going to take a bad rainbow training to avoid 4 in a row. And we're starting to get somewhere. Give me a wit training again, because then I can train late August without using any energy management. And we're back to nothing. Okay, we go race then. Good God. It has been a while since we've had a career run this bad. Like, I'm struggling to think of one. We are firmly in parent territory right now. So a scholar's hat would be a wonderful item to show up. We have one more shop reset to manifest that. We'll see if we can manage it. Where were you in summer? We go race again. There's a medium versus race today. Okay. We also didn't hit medium S. So, for a number of reasons, I don't feel that bad about this run. There are no less than 3 separate factors that pointed to it being doomed from the start. I don't think you need that empowering megaphone. Yeah, you're still 4. You definitely don't need that empowering megaphone. You don't have the opportunities to use them all. We need to, like, empowering megaphone speed ankle weight our training early October just to use it up. That's not good enough to justify it. Give me the medium versus. Hello, Etsuko. Lovely to see you. I'll pick up that good luck charm for sure. Give me Scholar's Hat? No Scholar's Hat. Power Manual, Artisan Cleat Hammer, Vita 20, Reset Whistle for sure. Miracle Cure? And you probably don't need 2. Save your coins for more Cleat Hammers. Cleat Hammers are like the only item I want to see at this point. That is also a training that is worth dumping an empowering megaphone and speed ankle weight on. You have 2 good luck charms. Let's go Vita 40, Vita 20 into it so that we have energy to run the rest of the races for the end of the year. Otherwise, if we fail tagged, it would be racing on 0. And then let's just close out the last G1s that we need to close out, and we'll see what kind of sparks we get. Single rainbow. Not good enough. We have many Cleat Hammers to use up at this point, which is good. Okay. Energy 10, skill points 5. We don't need the mood, so I guess we take the energy here, even though the energy also doesn't really matter. Really nice wit training, but mathematically it doesn't change anything for the parent run at this point. It's not like it's going to push us to 1100 wit, so we're just going to keep racing. We can definitely hit 1100 speed, 1100 power from here, though. Okay. And then Japan Cup. We get Dauntless, at least. It's a nice speed training. But I think I would still rather get the affinity bump from the Japan Cup. We'll go ahead and Artisan Cleat Hammer that. Okay. Another Cleat Hammer. Good. No race fatigue either. Good. So take the Cleat Hammer. You don't need any of this other stuff. We might as well race. Hey, look at the trainings. Yeah, they're not good enough. Just take the race. It's more skill points. It's a chance to get more hints. If you were still really trying to min-max this run, you would have taken the right-handed one, but left-handed is okay too. There's that kale juice we've been looking for forever, which actually might wind up being our energy management plan at the end of this run. Because I think I still only have one fail tag. Is this correct? I have 2 fail tags now. But we have so many points that we might as well. And then skipping you and you and you for the arena. Use our last Artisan Cleat Hammer on that. Okay. And then just 3 trainings to go. We do need at least one of these to be a big speed training to get us to 1100. Same thing with power. So we'll see if we can actually get there. Wit Manual, Guts Manual, 2 Cleat Hammers is still pretty good. Nothing else in that shop that we need, though. Going to be ending with close to 400 race coins. Not exactly where you want to be. We do have 1 power ankle weight to use up, so let's take the opportunity to do it here. Might as well drink the energy drink max to give Speaking the Pearl more training effectiveness. Still actually don't think you make it to 1100 power, but this will help pull stamina to 600. Maybe you still get a stamina spark out of it. Cleat Hammer 1. No trainings. Do you have another reset whistle? You do. Fire that off. Still no trainings. This run hates me. I can't help but feel like this is karma for dooring a run instead of just finishing the run the first time. I really try not to do that. And in this case, I think I'm being severely punished for doing so. So, lesson learned. Don't ever door runs for a video that you're recording, no matter how bad you think they are, because the one that you try to record as a replacement is going to be substantially worse. Decent wit training, at least. We're gonna waste 3 stamina ankles here, though. This has been apocalyptic. This has to have been one of the worst runs that we've had in Track Blazer so far, I think. I think everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. We missed a gold skill, we lost the Triple Crown, we had maybe 1 good summer break training out of 8 turns. But it can still be a good parent. Even the worst ace runner can still give you good sparks. So let's see what we're working with here. Wouldn't mind getting hints for right-handed demon. Standard distance firm conditions are decent generic sparks. Corner adept is fine. Nimble nav is great. Pilfer's good. Slick surge is a little wonky. Spurt isn't bad to have. Medium straights, medium corners. Tether's nice. Late straights, late corners. 1.5 million. Late savvy. Tail held high. Umastan. Fearless. And then just skip Glittering Star, Radiant Star. I don't mind skipping Glittering Star, Radiant Star, but I am looking at Right Hand Demon and thinking, like, do you really need that? It does give you 350 back. So that would be 300. Yeah, you're choosing between whether you want right-handed as a spark or whether you want Glittering Star as a spark, and it's a lot easier to get your hands on Glittering Star, so let's go Right Hand Demon. Alright. Show me what we've got to work with, then. I'm expecting, like, 1-star blue, 1-star pink, given the way, you know, everything else is gone. 1-star blue, 2-star pink. Okay, we weren't that far off the mark. Yeah, we're gonna be throwing that Satono Diamond away and never looking behind us. Woof, man. The bright side is that we can do better. If you were gonna have, like, a positive takeaway from it, it's that the Satono run that we do tomorrow is going to be better than that one. That's for sure. But let's go ahead and knock out some dailies, and then I'm gonna, I don't know, fire an exorcist to unhaunt my computer. Because something is deeply wrong here. I'll keep working on Suzuka stars. Good. We'll go take care of daily race. Oh, never mind. We'll go take care of daily shop first. Long shoes, NHK Mile Cup. I feel like it's a good idea to keep stocking up on long shoes because we ran out of them very recently. Let's go daily races. Good. And then we'll go check in on team trials and see how we're looking over there. Vodka Star, King Halo Star, Alarm Clock. Mile Shoes, JBC Ladies Classic. I don't really think we need either of those. And then Ye Olde Team Trials. So let's pull up the tracking document. Looking a little something like this currently. And I think a lot of these are fairly established at this point. I'm not really expecting them to move around that much. But I want to give them a few more runs, because there's some people who are underperforming right now, like Special Week, that I'm kind of surprised by. And I want to know if that's real or if it's still just small sample size. Like, Mayano obviously needs to get remade. Agnes Digital is obviously amazing. But I have questions about a lot of people who are in between right now who were previously high scorers and are no longer high scorers. Mile Shoes Feb Stakes. We can ignore both of those. Take me back to team trials. Show me my scores. Digital to 15. Winning ticket to 3. Tachyon to 2. Speaking of, L to -4. Airgroove back to 0. Mayano to -15. I feel like L was still farming points in the previous iteration of this Team Trials tracker, so I'm surprised that she's that far down. Maybe just by virtue of remaking Agnes Digital into Mamo Cross. She's not able to fight for the top 3 spots anymore or something. Special Week to 0. Satono Diamond to 3. Gold chip to -8. Auction to -2. Mayano to -16. Air Groove to -1. That looks somewhat promising. I don't think we're beating our high score this week. But it would be nice to see how consistently we can get above the retention threshold. Digital to 16. Super Creek back to 0. Special Week to 1. Starting to adjust to where I'd expect her to be. Taiki Shuttle down to 1. Mayano to -17. Auction to -3. We go again. That will probably not do it if I had to guess. Tamamo first, going to 10. Super Creek going to 1. There's L. L going back to -3. Satono Diamond going back to 2. King Halo going to -6. Auction going to -4. Then we have one more. Yeah, last one. And since we're above retention threshold, I don't need to parfait this one. We'll just let it ride. Come what may. We are way above retention threshold for the week. Satono Diamond to 3. Tamamo Cross to 11. Auction to -3. L to -4. She might actually be that bad. It's going to be fun to remake at least. That L had so many problems. And then Taiki Shuttle back to 0. So if we do a little bit of rearranging, we wind up looking a little something like this, where we still have a consensus 3 strongest runners, we have a consensus 3 weakest runners, but there's a little bit of fuzziness down in the weakest runners category. El Condor Passaz kind of looking like she might not be great. Boxion's kind of looking like she might not be great. Air Groove is getting there, but I think we have a pretty clear picture of our strengths and weaknesses in team trials right now. So let's go take care of our club. We'll go spin the bingo wheel, and then we'll pack up shop for the day. Club is still there. Item request is still there. Couple extra carrots, and then all of our daily missions. Finishing another limited time. We still need to do 4 more career playthroughs, 4 more team trials, but we have 7 days left to do that, so it's not going to be that bad. And then let's go see if we can finish off another bingo card. We can! Okay. Nice. And then we get 1 spin on this one, but then that's going to do it. So as always, if you're enjoying the Umu series, despite the horrendous luck that we have every once in a while, do make sure that you like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, comments, etc. about today's run, you want to talk about what your own CM strategy is, or anything else that's on your mind, go ahead and drop me a comment and let me know. If you're looking for the Midget Orion borrow that we've been using for all of our CM runs, she is my star Uma. If you would like to borrow her, or the Fine Motion, the account information is right here for you. If you have better parents or other friends that you want a sport card borrow from, though, totally understand. It is appreciated, but never required. Till then, though, I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.